automate the rest of the qualification of the lead through the other systems. And so we will take those promo words and put them with the DVD video for the direct mail pieces, and we can have them be unique per direct mail piece. We can have them batch processed and say send the same promo word out to say 100 districts in Florida. And let's just see if we get any bites, if people go in and use the promo word, did they set up a pilot, how many teachers did they share it, and in fact everything we possibly can about the success of our campaigns.
Kind of feeding off of some of what he said. One of the tips that I would give if you go to number 6, is to create advocates for your product. You see it all the time being used in not only in the education industry, but just pretty much any industry. They'll have, give us your best.
Page 6 or number 6?
Page 6. Give us your idea for a new Dove campaign, or give us your idea for a new Lay's potato chips. The one that does a really nice job is smart boards. No, page number 6.
You said slide number page 6?
Page 6. Yeah. So they create a whole campaign, give away 5 smart boards all across the United States, and then get over like 50,000 entries of teachers talking about how it would improve the life of their students if they had smart boards, all this kind of stuff. They allow the teachers then to put those videos up on TeacherTube, on VideoTube, on YouTube, and then now that even goes even further down the line. So all kinds of people that maybe are doing a search, trying to find out about smart boards, automatically then have a whole series of videos of people using them, talking about them. These are sales reps that you're not paying. All they want is 1 smart board, and all you're giving away is 5 across the whole United States. If you go to number 7, and if you think that that's an issue, there's 2 sites that I can send you when I send this PDF that they help you make the video, prepare it, how then you put it onto the various sites and whatnot. And this one up here, Blog My Blog, is a teacher just going step by step on how she uses the smart board. It's her own personal blog. I mean, it's fantastic.
I might piggyback a little bit on that, and then, transparency is kind of the way of the internet these days, and so those WebEx folks have terrorized me. They have called me ad nauseum, and I got to the point of where I see it on caller ID and I'm like, absolutely not. And I think this is a good point in that creating advocates for new products and creating people that are going to go out there and talk about them is really about building relationships with them and being transparent, and being using this community that the online world has to its advantage, and being able to befriend folks that are going to be able to talk, that offer solutions as opposed to just kind of being like, buy WebEx. I don't need to trash WebEx or anything, but that's my personal experience. Is that,
and they're going to trust the teacher more, or their friend more, or somebody else in the district much more than they are going to trust the sales rep that's working the booth. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think on that note, I'll just, we can kind of use this to segue into blogs a little bit. Can you pull up the Mighty Bites blog? Yeah, there you go. I've actually created a whole digital marketing category on our blog just to kind of outline some of these. We've got 4 of the tips up now, but we're going to be putting more of them over time. We've kind of used this to educate our clients on some of the stuff that we do, but we also use it as to share with the people that we're passionate about what we do, that we are into it, and that we are happy to share the information, that we're not keeping it as a guarded secret or anything. It's really, this is what we do, and we're happy to kind of walk through the process with people. And a blog is a great way to do that. How many people in here have blogs right now? Other than Kim, I know Kim does. It is a great, they're easy to set up for the most part, depending on what, there's a bunch of different options out there. They're easy to set up, and they are a great place to kind of talk about what it is you do and show that you're an industry expert, as well as, like I showed before, using things like Share This. It allows you to aggregate your blog content to all sorts of different places along the web. And it's instantaneous too. I mean, this is our company blog. I've got a personal blog, and we just kind of, it's the second I go online and put information, it's there, and Google usually crawls it within 24 hours, and you know, I've got, it's showing up in the search engine results immediately. Question?
So can you suggest when you would use a blog versus an educational email campaign? What are your thoughts on the difference?
Absolutely. And there is definitely a little bit of, you know, it's a two-way communication versus a one-way communication. When you're using an email campaign, you're literally plotting stuff in front of something, you know, hoping that they're going to click on it. And if they do, it's great. Like there are things like me+mi out there and Constant Contact that allow you to give you tons of metrics on the data that if who clicked on what story. And in me+mi, I'm not all that familiar with Constant Contact, but in me+mi, I can actually, if I put together a video story on my blog and I put it in my email campaign and I find that like 700 people clicked on that particular story, I can save that as a search group and start to feed them information via my email campaigns on just video, things that are absolutely relevant to them. And so, but then they also have the ability to come here to the blog and post comments and start discussions and you know, build friendships, so to speak, you know, based on common interests. You know, so I'm not sure if that answers. I think they work in tandem with each other. We regularly, when we send out email campaigns, point to things that are on our blog. And the email campaigns are not marketing messages. There might be marketing messages in them, for sure, but they're really more about like educating people about what we do. So I know a lot of times they just point people to our blog and say, hey, the last one we sent out was like demystified about what all this digital marketing stuff is. Learn about social media profiles. Learn about, you know, online video, viral video, that kind of stuff. And so we're just building a whole category of this to have these tips and tricks on things. So can you scroll down a little bit?
Scroll down.
And we've got, you know, a bunch of different ones. Social networking is one of them, and then it lists all of the social networking spaces that we use and what they're relevant for. You know, things like creative community, Corpse for wine fans, for people who like books, there's Goodreads for photo sharing. You know, these social sites are moving more and more towards niche markets, and so, you know, taking advantage of that. Obviously, that's a group of people right there waiting to have a conversation with you and get involved in what it is that you're doing. So I think it's just a great, you know, it's a great opportunity to get in touch with your constituents. So that's it. I'll stop laughing. Pat,